to the first edition of the Fly Talk TV podcast. It's your boy Rick Love, and I got my first guest on the show, man. His name we go by the name Diverse. Diverse, tell them a little about yourself, where you come from, what you're doing, what you're into.
So, my name is Michael Jenkins. I'm originally from a small city, Orangeburg, South Carolina, and I just been bouncing around probably from the age of 7 up until now. So, yeah.
Okay. What part of South Carolina you say you from?
Orangeburg.
What's Orangeburg like when you was coming up?
There's nothing there. It was very like it was very country, man. We didn't have a lot of moving parts, you know. You just had a lot of dirt roads, you know. You got your main how you say it, your grocery places. Like we barely had a gas station there, and probably some. I mean, the only fun thing to do was to just roam around in the streets, pretty much. But, I mean, we had a skating ring. Yeah, we really didn't have a lot of stuff there. Maybe like a small development center where like kids could go to, but yeah, it was very small for sure.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So like, after you was like getting out of high school, like you was thinking like, well, all right, what I'm gonna do with myself? What like guide the people on that? Like, what was your mindset on?
Well, okay, so before that, I guess you would have to like know my background. So, I used to play the trumpet in from middle school all the way up to high school.
Okay.
And then like, cause I wanted to do sports, but I don't know, I just gave up as far as like trying to do like basketball and football, all that stuff. Cause I mean, I liked playing football, but that contact stuff, that stuff wasn't for me. Like It was just, but I enjoyed playing basketball, but I just never like pushed myself to do that. So I just, you know, fawned around with music and stuff like that. So I say like when I was 17 when I graduated. So when I turned 17, I pretty much got forced into going to the military because I wasn't, you know, my parents, they didn't trust me as far as like with their money to go to college and stuff like that. And so the crazy thing about it is at that age, I wanted to go to Full Sail, but, you know, my dad, he was like, you ain't spending my money just to fail.
But I know what you're talking about.
I appreciate it now, but it's just like looking at it before, it was just like, dang, like I wish I could have done this earlier to, you know, I don't know, I got kids now, so it's a lot tougher as far as like, you know, to constantly stay on it.
I feel you.
So
okay. So what branch was you in?
I was in the Navy. I did 8 years from 2016 from 08 to 2016.
Okay. Thank you for your service, man.
I appreciate it.
I already know.
Appreciate it.
Well, tell me about that, a little bit about that. Like, name some of the places you done been.
Let me see. Well, I only got to do European places, so I only got to I went to Portugal, Spain, Dubai, Greece, Bahrain, let me see what else. It was another one. Let me see, Portugal, Turkey,
okay,
Italy.
Boy went on the European tour out
Paris. Yeah. So that was it, really, pretty much.
And for all y'all watching out there, I'm gonna tell you, Europe is dope. If you save you some money, get you a passport, and go check the world out.
Yeah.
It ain't necessarily have to be Europe, but I've been over there. I'm telling you, like that experience is fun, man. You'll enjoy it. I promise you will.
To me, I would just say that you would probably appreciate life more just knowing how we live over here than overseas, because, you know, it's just crazy. Like, you have to, like, experience it yourself, and, like, just how they live compared to how us as people in America live. Like it's
two totally different worlds, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, you say you got out in what, like 2016?
Mm-hmm.
So, where was your mind going as you transitioned out?
I mean, the thing about it is like, so from '08 up until now, like I work as far as like trying to get better as far as like musically wise, but so when I got out the military, I really didn't. It was just like you would think that I had it planned as far as like where I was gonna go. I mean, I did, but not really. It's just because with my job, I worked on planes, which I can go to I can go get a job there, but I just chose. I was like, I don't want to do that because I got out. I got forced out, and it was just like I liked it and I knew what I was doing, but it's just nothing that I want to keep doing for the rest of my life because I didn't really enjoy it, you know. Right. So when I got out, I really didn't have an idea. So when I went back home, when I moved from South Carolina at the age of 7, I moved to Georgia. So I moved back to Georgia.
What part of Georgia?
It's a small city, Kingsland, St. Mary's, Georgia.
Shouts out to them.
Yeah. So I moved back there once I got out the Navy, and then end up having another child.
Okay.
And I had like 2 jobs. I was working at Sears and I was working at a fast food restaurant at the same time. So I was doing both of those, you know. I mean, the good thing about it was I was getting disability, so I didn't have to work too hard. But
right.
It was just the fact that I still had to do 2 jobs. So it's just like constantly, you know, not even, I don't think even that time I was like even working on music just because of the simple fact that I couldn't focus on that. You know, it was just like, all right,
back to the real world type.
Yeah,
shit.
Now you gotta make the same amount of money that you made while you was in the military. So it's just like, yeah, it was tough for sure. But.
So let's shift gears. Let's go music. What got you into music? Like, what was your first initial like? Damn, this is it right here. I gotta figure out a way to be a part of this. Like, what was it for you? Who was it? Was it an artist? Was it a movie that had a song in it, or was it like a particular artist, or like what was it that got you into music?
It was just like, I don't know. It just like, to me, like it's all about feeling, and so like anything that like I could play something or I could hear something and it just changes your emotions on anything. Like music has that effect on everybody, you know. And so to me, I feel like I can kind of like speak without speaking through music, as far as like, you know, the time that I've taken to and still am just trying to get better at trying to perfect what I'm trying to do. So I mean, like I'm trying to think, like I would say like, so I'll probably say like my dad, he probably like, as far as like pushed me as far as like the history of it, of like knowing like the 70s and 80s music, and you know, all the way up until like early 90s and stuff like that. And so, you know, I could play, I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us can, but like anybody that like, you could play a song that you know, and that song will bring you that back to that memory or whatever, like a breakup, relationship, the best time of your life, whatever. Like it's just like that type of, like, just any type of music, I would like to create that to, you know, maybe not so much like a bad time, but just like something positive while a song was playing or something like that.
It's all rooted in feelings,
right?
Regardless if it's an emotional feeling, good feeling, bad feeling. It was just a feeling.
Really, I really want to be able to create like timeless music, you know, so you can go back to be like, oh man, that song was dope or whatever, you know.
Okay.
But
so like production, like what got you into wanting to even start? Like, what was it that made you like, all right, I want to be a producer?
Uh, just because like I have fun doing it. Like, I mean, granted, I only play the trumpet. Like, I don't know how to play the piano. I don't know how to play the keys. I don't know how to play the drums. I don't know how to play guitar. I don't know how to play none of that. But if you show me a computer, I can play it. Right. So I know what it sounds like. And so, like, well, before I even came to Full Sail, like, I had music theory. I mean, so to say, I mean, I guess you could say that as far as like me playing the trumpet, but like I just know what sounds right and what doesn't sound right. And so like now being here, like it kind of like helped me as far as like knowing exactly what I'm playing, but I didn't know I was playing certain things, but I knew what sounded correctly, you know? So that I think that's what like really like kind of pushed me to being like, well, I can't play these instruments, but I can find a way to make it sound like I can play these instruments, you know, and make something different than what normal people would make, you know. So
okay, so like I noticed you make a lot of references to Full Sail. So
yeah,
you being a Full Sail student, like shouts out to Full Sail.
mm-hmm.
What would you say would be a takeaway that you're learning right now compared to before you started going to Full Sail? Like, what is it that you are like looking at different than you are than before you went?
I would say that what would I look at there? It's really like what, like you have to, like, granted it's a college, but at the same time, what I'm taking from it is like, you know, granted you're not going to be able to know or learn everything, but what you can do is take things that will help you benefit yourself. So like me, as far as like the music theory, or like just learning different chords or different keys, or for me it's like like where the music started from, like what did they use, like different things like that. So that gives me an idea of, okay, well I could put like certain sounds with certain instruments, or I can put a certain melody with this. Like for example, like what's the guy name? Miles Davis. Mm-hmm. We had learned about Miles Davis and how, like, you know, he played the trumpet, and I didn't even know anything about Miles Davis up until we was taught about this. But, you know, this is like around the psychedelic era, like around 70s, and
everybody getting high.
Yeah, and so he was a jazz player, but he tried to step out his element and put a wah-wah pedal on his trumpet. And nobody wouldn't have thought it to do that, you know what I mean? So it's just really like, as far as like innovating and experimenting of, you know, what you know now. Yeah, I was saying like that it was just a part of being innovative and just experimenting and, you know, just trying different things. Like you don't have to stay in one lane to just do something, like. And I mean, but you know, it's a lot of people that may do that, you know. So I don't know. I just feel like you got to branch out.
For sure.
Like, yeah, because if I can't get one way, I can find it another way. I can do different things. And then on top of that, I'm pretty sure, like, if you just, I mean, granted, like, there are some producers out there, like, you know, like, oh, if I go to this producer right here, he going to make the best this beat. But I don't want to be that. I want to be the person that can work with everybody.
So that's what's up. What if it had to be a genre, like how would you categorize yourself for the world to know? Like what type of producer would you consider yourself? Like what sets you apart from other producers?
Just the fact that I just I don't know. I could take my time as far as like just making music, because I just been so used to like doing it a certain way, as far as like, so now like I say like recently, probably like the last maybe like 4 or 5 months. I say now I've been getting into like sampling. I mean, like not sampling, but like not. I wouldn't even say sampling, but like samples.
Okay.
So I could sample, but if I sampled, I did like old like 70s,
Like soulful type
70s,
shit.
80s music or stuff like that. But I recently started to get into like just putting in a sample, and so I didn't really like it just because of the fact that I just felt like it was cheating. It's just like because it's like you not. I mean, granted, you could put in your own sample, but it's what you do to create it, like around it. You have to like be able to like form something around it, because if you don't, then you just got a bunch of samples, and anybody could do that.
Right.
And so it's just like, and that's why I like to just just see how other people are as far as like that, because when I started, I didn't have anything. Like all I had was just like sounds. That's it.
Right.
And so, I mean, I didn't know anything about that, so I could just at least play something, at least try to make a melody or something different, or, but if you just like splice, I think it's a splice,
Arcade.
yeah, arcade, like all those, I don't even have none of those. I mean, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So out of all of the like the dolls that's out there, which one is your go-to? Like, which one are you most comfortable with?
I'm very comfortable with FL.
Shouts out to FL.
Yeah, I've done pretty much up until probably the last year, all of my music in FL, and so now I've been using Logic, because Logic got more sounds, and so it's a lot more creativity. You know what I mean? So I don't have to have a lot of sounds. Like I say, like the past 4 years, I've been using the same two plugins. It's just either Massive or Absinthe, or I use Cakewalk too, Zeta. But out of those two, I usually use both of those, and that's how I make my music, because I can, like, it's so many sounds and there's so many ways you could take a song without having to like, oh, I need all of these plugins to make one song. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just stuck to those two.
Out of all of your beats, which one would you say that like you're most proud of? Like,
let me see. I would say, out of all the beats, I don't know. They kind of like they just very timeless. Like, I don't know. To me, like, what's all the best? I mean, I really can't put like hey, this is my favorite or whatever. Like, because they all bring like a certain emotion, like as far as like that. So, yeah, I can't even answer that. I don't even lie to you.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All of them hold a certain aesthetic to them that make you like them for different purposes.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yay. All right, so this is the product placement portion of the episode. You know what I mean? Every episode we're gonna do a product placement. We're gonna plug somebody. And today we are rocking the Frosty Rage mask, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, people be like, "Damn, that just look crazy, man. Where we get that?"
Get it.
Frosty Rage. Shouts out my boy Ron, veteran, hellified EDM producer, DJ. Like, you're doing it all, man. I'm gonna put the link below. Go ahead and just click on it, man. Support the dream, baby. Support it.
Right.
Shouts out to you, Ron. All right, so with you being at Full Sail, right? Like, you going through this program, you learning things and all like that. Like, what do you see for your near future? Like, where you see things going for you?
I like, honestly, like, I really just, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like I think about it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to, how you say it,
like being a forward thinker, like planning it out. You just like,
I mean, I want to plan it out, but I mean, I like, for example, like I used to work on planes, and I could go to that, but I feel like if you just, how you say it, like continue pushing to, constantly, focus on music and, branching out as far as like, connecting to other people, and something gonna break through. I don't know what. I can't really see that for, I can see it, but I can't like put my finger on it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know I'm just gonna take this time as far as like, do the best I can for myself as far as like keep pushing myself towards it, you. And but I really want to do something as far as like, if it's a job as far as like making music for like anything like commercials or, I mean, I would like to do it for artists too, but like if it's more lucrative as far as like, music for podcasting, music for games, music for whatever, I could do it. So because that's what I like doing. I like making music because it's my creation. It's just like a kid, building blocks, or just making their designs, painting, anything. So that's what I foresee myself doing.
That's too real. That's too real. You said one key thing that I caught that stuck with me when you were speaking on it. You said that you're gonna stay focused.
Right.
Everybody out there, like, that's one of the key things. Like, we all live in life. We all, whether you going to work, whether you're going to school, whatever you're doing, it requires a certain amount of focus. Like, you have to stay focused, and then because life about balance, you got to be able to balance all of the things that come along with it. You got to have, like, one thing I learned is the work, fit, push, play method.
Yeah,
like that's a whole balance. If you balance those things out, and that requires a certain amount of focus. You got to have a certain amount of time you're going to put the work in, certain amount of time you want to stay fit, certain amount of time you want to know why I'm going to be pushing. It's time to push some shit. Yeah. And then you got your time to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is about a balance. We got to have that balance. But the key to the balance is staying focused. Yeah. Everybody out there, stay focused, please.
I tell you, like a story I had. I was just just making music, constantly making music. So, like, I don't know who gonna see this, and I don't know. Hopefully this get like
we going to the masses,
100,000.
We going up,
500,000 views.
Run us up.
Yeah, like any relationship that I've been in, I constantly did music. Like, it didn't matter. Like, you wasn't gonna deter me from not doing it.
Right.
And so I just felt like, I mean, I apologize to whoever that I did wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I'm just saying, like,
it wasn't intentional.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the statue that I'm in now, eventually I'm gonna break through that threshold, and I don't forget people and things like that. And so I just know for a fact that I just constantly stayed doing what I love doing, and if I meet people along the way, then, that's fine. And, but just know that I constantly been and still am to this day working, so it's
and that's dope,
never ending thing, because that's what I love to do.
And that's dope, man. That kind of rolls right into like the whole purpose of the podcast. Like, this is the Fly Talk TV podcast. So, the fly in it, I ain't talking about putting on some clothes and shit. It's not that type of fly. We ain't talking about flying in airplanes. Right. No, it's none of that. It's fly. It's an acronym. Forever love yourself.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. Like, it's all about, at the end of the day, and even at the start of the day, you have to be able to look in that mirror and love what you see the reflection be. If you don't do that, we got some problems. We got to figure that part out. Exactly. So, going out to the world, what would be your advice for anybody that, when it comes to the self-love part, what could you tell? Like, have you ever had a moment in life where you didn't like that reflection in the mirror, or like anything like that to help the next person that could relate to what we talking?
I would say just know yourself as a person. Know what your limitations are. Know what you will and won't do. You know what I mean? Once you figure that out, then you can, be one with yourself. Like, I just know, like, certain things I just won't do. Like, I mean, it's not music specific, but I know for a fact I will not go skydiving. So that's not what I'm going to fucking do. So simple as that. Like, I'm not going to do that shit. So you just got to, like, be one with yourself and just, continue to just be yourself. It's, it's so hard to be something that you're not, like, I know that I don't like fucking cars and, I mean, I like cars, but as far as like, I gotta have this or I gotta have,
you're just staying true to yourself,
shit.
pretty much.
Right.
Staying true to it.
What I do like technology. Right. And that's just what I fuck with,
Right.
Like recently I just it's on back order, but I'm gonna start getting back into DJing.
Okay.
So I found a DJ mixer board that it's not like no big ass shit because I gotta learn this shit all over again, but it's a DJ mix that it hooks up with SoundCloud, Tidal, any app, like through the Wi-Fi of it. And
that's
so
dope.
Like I may not can do like big events and stuff like that, but I can for sure do house parties and stuff like that and just,
the thing
DJ
is, you're doing
like
it
on the spot, right?
Yeah, like you have a vision of doing it,
right?
You're
Exactly.
taking the first step,
So,
which is the investment,
right?
To even get it done. So,
right.
That's dope, man.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Well, before we get out of here, man, plug them into where they like any of your socials so they can go look you up. Super producer, man. My man's dope.
So if you go on, I'm just starting to get my music on all the DSPs, but if you type in, everything's capitalized, so D1V3RS3, yeah, my name will pop up. And so all of my music, and then some of my music that I didn't put on the DSPs, they on SoundCloud as well. And then on top of that, my Instagram is DatBoyDiverse, is DAT_BO, see the I1 _D1V3RS3, and then my Twitter is D1V3RS3, and then I have I play video games, so I'm on Twitch at DatBoyDiverse, but it's all one word. So
and then, but it's just like that, I'm gonna have it all flashing on the screen so y'all be able to see it. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate you coming on the show.
No problem.
You know what I mean?
No problem.
Many more to come.
Yeah.
All right, world. Y'all come check us out, Fly Talk TV, where we built this for the creators. We created this for the creators.
Right, right.
So run us up.
Right.
And go follow us. Yeah.
All right.